Hello wonderful people, today we're gonna be looking at Beast Cutter, one of Bloodborne's DLC weapons. The Beast Cutter is a very unique weapon in Bloodborne. It's very similar to the Threaded Cane, which was a weapon in the base game, and the Beast Cutter has the best range in the game, which is something very important in this game, especially if you wanna play within range, within safety. This is your weapon. In PvE, if you know how to use this weapon, you'll never put yourself again in danger, so it's a really good weapon in both PvP and PvE. So starting with the Beast Cutter stats, the Beast Cutter requires 11 in strength and 9 in skill in order to wield, and has C scaling in strength and D scaling in skill. So it's mainly a strength weapon, however you do get damage from your skill stat, so having both 50 in skill and strength is the most optimized way to use this weapon. So the weapon in general, the range on it is hilarious, and I really prefer it over the Threaded Cane. The Threaded Cane, although it was one of my, favorite weapons, it felt tactical, you can hit people from range. It was elegant, classical, I don't know, this one is brute force, the Beast Cutter, and that's what I like, and it definitely does more damage than Threaded Cane. However, it is slower than the Threaded Cane, and the Threaded Cane is a skill weapon and this is a strength weapon, so From Software trying to balance the variation in weapons. But again, the range is really ridiculous. I know I said that a lot, but it's ridiculous, guys. The jumping R2 can hit people from miles away. They don't even see it coming, although they know how absurd the range on the Beast Cutter is. They still don't see it coming. The jumping R2 is just crazy. But yeah, the one-handed mode on this weapon is kind of weak. I think that's the balance. It's not bad, it's not good, but it's kind of slow. It works good in PvE, I think, but PvP, I think you should focus on the transform mode. And another two very unique things about this weapon, and I'll start by the less important and then the more important. First off, it does 20% against beasts or enemies weak to serrated weapons in both one-handed and second-handed. So it's like the Soul Cleaver, Soul Spear, Threaded Cane, although each one has some of them they only do this. They have this mode only on one version, like transform mode or not transform mode. This weapon has it on both, so you can kill beasts very easily in PvE. And in the Chalice Dungeons, in my opinion, I think beasts are stronger as bosses than kin, or as kin or celestial, whatever. And yeah, in general, you have the abhorrent beast, you have the bloodletting beast, you have a lot of beasts, in the Chalice Dungeons. So this weapon will serve you well, especially that you can hit them from range. And of course, if you properly, slot your gems on this one, it will do extreme high damage. However, the damage multipliers on it is pretty weak. It is one of the weakest weapon I've seen. It usually is around 1. And the one-handed mode actually has higher multipliers than the second mode, but this is understandable since it does heavy damage. It does show that it does heavy damage, and I think with range and all that, having high multiplier would just make this weapon unbalanced. The second thing I want to talk about, the unique thing about this weapon, and I just knew about it recently by the way, is that all of its attacks, no exception, all of them, transformed and untransformed mode, is blunt attack damage. Guys, that is crazy in so many levels. So in the church pick, we had all thrust attacks on the transform mode, and on the one-handed mode or the normal mode, it was most of it thrust, but not exclusively. This one has no damage type other than blunt. And if you still don't know why I'm saying this is ridiculous, there are gems that are specific for blunt damage or for thrust damage. However, in this case, you want the blunt damage. The thrust, you want that on the church pick. And since this weapon does all blunt damage, you can get these gems, and these gems are usually better than the gems that just increase a percentage or a flat on your physical damage. The best percentage gem you can get is 27.3%, which is great, which is really good, it's extremely powerful. However, you can get 33% blunt. So my guess is the best combination, in my guess, I did not try on this video. I think when I was playing, that's way back, I was playing maybe with 27% or 26 or 25% gems. But my best bet is having 2 blunt gems. So 2 blunt gems, you get, they're kind of difficult to get by the way, but you can check them on the sheets or online how to get them. and then one maybe Strength Abyssal, Heavy Abyssal gem, which increases your strength scaling. This is one of the most difficult gems to get. However, I think this, with the combination of the blunt damage, you will get the most damage. Actually, it will become very powerful. I don't know if I'll try that in the future. I'm really not in the mood ever to farm again in the Chalice Dungeons, but yeah, I just wanted to let you know about this. So in terms of the moveset, and you know that's my #1 thing, in terms of the moveset, you cannot go wrong with this weapon. The transform mode doesn't even have a single attack that is bad. All of them are extremely good, and all of them have their own situation. There are 2 attacks. They are, by the way, 2 attacks in a row, not just one. Yeah, they're usually the vertical ones where you want to hit somebody from far away. Then you have the R1s, which are the horizontal ones, which if you want to hit somebody quick stepping around you, or you know, trying to come close to you, you will hit them. It's very difficult to dodge these attacks, especially that they are delayed and you can mix them up. The backstep attacks are amazing, same as the threaded cane. The threaded cane has the same property where its backstep R1 and R2 are just crazy. The backstep R2 is like thrust on this one. It thrust that prolongs, like it also has range. And the backstep R1 is a horizontal attack. So you can use these to your advantage. You really can be unpredictable. However, the #1 weakness on this weapon, and that's the #1 weakness, it's very easy to parry. It's very easy to shoot and punish and get a visceral attack on somebody who's using the Beast Cutter. And actually, if you're an arcane build, you can 100% reliably backstab, yes I said it, backstab in Bloodborne, people who are using the Beast Cutter. All you do is just quick step towards them, behind them, and just use the Hand of Ebrietis, what is it called? I keep forgetting that spell. Something of Ebrietis where it backstabs and parries. It's an arcane spell. You have the time to backstab somebody after they use the Beast Cutter. After they miss, you can still backstab them through the recovery time. But other than that, the moveset is amazing, but you can get parried easily. It's easy to aim because the recovery time and the startup times are kind of long on this weapon. So if you're playing against an experienced player, they can parry you right and left. And in this case, that's why it's very good to have a second weapon which is fast, to become unpredictable. And if you see somebody spamming his gun, change to your fast mode on this weapon, or just change to another weapon until they realize that you're not gonna get parried today and you're not gonna get visceral attacked. So this is the end of this video. In summary, this weapon is extremely strong, and I think if you put the right gems, it might be one of the best weapons in the game. The moveset is top notch, really, you cannot go wrong with it. It makes PvE much easier, same as the threaded cane. So if you're a PvE player, you love single player, you want to go NG+7, this weapon will serve you wonders, especially if you're fighting against like Lawrence, since he's a beast and he's a strong boss, especially on NG+7, you can wreck him with the Beast Cutter. So this is the last clip, guys, in this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.